Are things feeling a tad off in your relationship? Is she distant? Is there tension? Is respect fading? I'm going to tell you something most men don't want to hear and how to change it. And I want you to stick to the end because I would like to give you 4 practical steps to becoming the leader in your relationship your wife needs. Welcome to I Am Man, a place where men can come to be uplifted, motivated, and helped when life knocks you down. I Am Man was created to rise above our current circumstances, to lead you back to our God-given destiny, and to restore what was lost or stolen spiritually in your life. So, my wife and I, we've been together for just over a decade, and as much as I would like to say it's been smooth sailing from the start, I have to admit that I was a little bit or somewhat immature in the things that I've done. And today, actually, we get complimented on how we've been such an example for so many, and how we still hold hands and now still open doors for her most of the time. Here's the thing though, I also had issues in my relationship, and these are some of the things that I've learned and things I didn't like to hear. It's not that she's the problem, it's that you're not leading. And no, leadership isn't control, it is not dominance, it's definitely not telling her what to do. But real leadership, it's something most men were never taught. Once you understand, everything in your relationship changes. You see, most men today either avoid leadership completely or they abuse it. There is no middle ground. You've got one group of men who are passive. They avoid conflict. They don't make decisions. They just go with the flow. And then, on the other hand, you've got this dominant group. They think leadership means control. They dominate, they shut it down, they lead with ego and not with love. And both of them are wrong, because leadership in a relationship is not about power, and it's not about passivity. It's about responsibility. That verse alone destroys most modern ideas of masculinity, because Christ didn't lead with control. He led with sacrifice. Let that sink in. You see, what we are learning today isn't just biblical, it's actually backed by psychology. And there's a research institute called Gottman Institute, and they are the leading relationship research organization. And they found that relationships thrive when the man takes emotional responsibility and he leads in resolving conflict, he creates emotional safety, and he does not control and is not dominant. So, in fact, studies show that when a man avoids conflict or shut down emotionally, their relationship are significantly more likely to fail. So, when you say, I just don't want to argue, what you basically are saying is, sorry, you're on your own. That's not peace, that's absence. Leadership in a relationship means 3 things. You go first. Listen to me. You go first, not her. You. You don't wait for her to fix things. You don't wait for her to communicate better. You go first. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when your ego is screaming, you go first. Get off your high horse. Number 2, you create the safety space. You are a safe space, not just physically, but emotional safety too. Meaning, if she comes to you, can she speak to you without being shut down? Can she be honest without being punished? Because if she can't, she'll slowly disconnect. And number 3, you take responsibility. See, even if it's not fully your fault, take responsibility. Well, Shannon, that's unfair. Well, yes and no, but think about it like this. If you own a company and an employee messes up, who gets hurt? The company, of course. your company. Now, I'm not saying she will mess it up, but it is your responsibility to fix the company, meaning the relationship. Maybe that's not such a good analogy, but you get the point. This is where most men struggle, because leadership means saying this relationship isn't 50-50. It's giving my all, meaning you need to give 100%. Before relationships, man was given responsibility. Not control, responsibility. Let's be honest, most men were never taught this. You were told to be strong, but never how to be present. You were told to not cry, but never how to communicate. So what happens? All emotions that you have inside turn into one of three things: anger, silence, or even withdrawal. We have spoken about this before, so click on the card above me and just get a refresher. And this destroys connection, because a woman doesn't just want provision, she wants presence. If your relationship feels disconnected, and way before you blame her, ask yourself, am I leading emotionally? Am I creating that safety space for her? Am I stepping up, or am I checking out? Because leadership isn't loud, it's consistent, it's calm, and it is accountable. That verse talks about leadership, not ego, not pride. It is love in action. So here comes the part that I would like to share with you. How do you start changing your relationship? So here are 4 practical steps for you to follow in order for you to change your relationship by taking the lead. Don't let her go first. Always lead the conversation. Stop waiting for her to say something. Say this: hey honey, we need to talk. We don't need to fight, scream, or shout, but understand. Use words like, I've noticed. Like example, honey, I noticed you packed my things away before I'm even done with it. Listen without defending. How she answers you. This is where most men will fall off the wagon, because what we do is, we men are born to listen, to fix. We need to change that. We need to start listening to listen. You're not here to win the race. You are running the race together. In fact, you are supposed to understand. That's why you are there. I'm actually busy reading this book from Nancy Klein called The Promise That Changes Everything. And in a nutshell, it basically says, I will not interrupt you. It is the ability to just listen. And it comes down to the point that sometimes when people speak, they can give you a clue of what is actually going on inside of them, or they can actually fix their own problem by just them talking. So allow yourself that moment to just understand your wife. Step 3, take ownership. Own your part, even if it's small. Say, I see where I've been lacking, or I understand what you mean. And please let go of your ego. This alone rebuilds trust and respect in your relationship. And number 4, stay consistent. Yes, everyone gets an off day, and then of course there's that once a month challenges. But real leadership is consistency. Don't play yo-yo. That is the quickest way you can and will destroy trust. And just because I can, I would like to give you a final note. Leadership is not about being above her. It's about being responsible for what you build together. You don't control her, and you don't let distance, resentment, or silence get in the way. You create an environment where love, trust, and respect, it can grow. And if you don't lead with that, something or even someone else will. If you're serious about becoming the man your relationship needs, it starts here. Not with control, but with responsibility. On my next episode, I will be talking about something every man wants to know. There's understanding women and also healthy masculinity. So click on that subscribe button and that bell thingy so you can get notified when it's released. And to all my brothers out there, you're doing great. You got this. See you in the next one.